Now, let's welcome our guest for today, Simran. She is a psychologist and working for Webicon and doing her own consultancy for mental health issues. So, welcome, Simran, on our MYB talk show. Over to you. Please
tell us about. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for a great introduction and also for having me here. I'm so glad that I got this opportunity. Hello, everyone. I am Simran. I am a psychologist, a counseling psychologist by profession, and a mental health expert. I am right now doing my own consultations and also working with Webicon India. Thank you so much again for having me here.
Yeah. So please tell us about your, unique special points of yours, so that you can do better consultancy and people really, try to connect with you.
Of course. So everybody, I think, has a unique selling point and unique special point or selling point. And for me, my favorite and the most important thing is the recovery rate. So I think that I'm really proud to tell all of you, share this with all of you, that all the people who have come to me till now, all have recovered, all are successfully fine. And I basically deal with anxiety issues, I deal with OCD, I deal with children suffering from ADHD, relationship problems, family problems. So I basically feel that the one thing that I have is I am not only working for money, but I'm working for the welfare of the people. I work for people, not for money. So I think that is my selling point.
Mm-hmm. Great. So your focus is on your, patients who are people who are facing some issues.
Yes, because I think I'm a people's person. I love talking to people. I love being with people. I love being there. I love when someone says, because of you, I'm okay. Because of you, I could do this. So that is my unique selling point.
Mm-hmm. Great. So, what was the motivation due to which you joined this, this particular, because I saw your profile, you're a topper in your schools and all, in your academics, you are very good, but you chosen this field. Any reason for this? Any motivation behind this?
Yes, of course. I think whenever, we choose something for ourselves, there's always a motivation behind it. It's either your family or something that came into your head. So I think for me, my motivation is the taboo for mental health. That people think going to a psychologist means they're mad. Being a psychologist means that you are, you're dealing with mad people. So for me, I think I always promote that even if you have the smallest of issues, even if it's just a fight, and even if, it's a family issue, a relationship issue, no problem is ever small. Right? Like for someone who's living in a slum, their problem is so big for us to see, right? That they don't have a roof over their head. But for someone, who's really rich or who's at that point, for them, their problems, they were not able to afford that bag that the other person was able to afford. So that is also a problem. And this is also a problem. The problem just varies, right? So my motivation is the problem. The motivation is the problem and the people who are suffering from it and the people who are not ready to take help, who are not ready to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, correct. True. People are afraid of going to a, mental health solution provider. They don't want to go, that's the issue. Yeah, correct. So tell us that you are facing so many, patients every day. You're counseling so many people. Do you face any issues for yourself? Like listening to so many issues, will that create some issues for you? And how you handle that?
Of course. So I would like to tell this to all the viewers here and all the people who will be seeing this on my profile as well, that I myself have been suffering from anxiety since I don't know past how many years, but I never took help. Why? Because I helped myself, because I knew the techniques, right? So this is what I'm trying to say. Anxiety is something that is within all of us. You have anxiety, right? I have anxiety. Every other person has anxiety. It's just how you deal with it. So that is what we teach. We teach dealing with it, not only by talking, but by a lot of other things. People think that psychology and psychologists only talk and make everything all right. But we have studied so much. I've done my bachelor's, I've done my master's, I've studied more than 12 subjects in 6 months. So which means I've already studied more than 96 subjects till now, only related to psychology. So obviously we don't study that much just to talk, right? You can also talk, anybody can talk, but that the professional thing, what we have is experience to deal with people. So I think I also want to help all of my viewers, all of the people who I am dealing with, to deal with it well, like I have been dealing with it. Because mental health problem is just like any other problem. Like I have, sometimes you have stomach ache, I have a headache, fever, anything. We all have problems, right? But why treat mental health as something that is not able to cure, or something that we should be scared of? So that is something that I want to tell everyone, that never be afraid to take help.
See, how can I understand as a layman, how can I understand I have a mental issue? So can you just highlight something about it?
Like, for example, what mental issue?
See, for example, for a common man like me, how will I will come to know about myself that I have some issue, mental issue I have. So how can I come to know about it and then go to the doctor or the psychologist or the mental health issue solver?
Yes, I understand. So just like, for example, you have a very mild stomach ache and you think that having an acidity, an anti-acidity medicine can treat your stomach ache. And then when you feel that, your stomach ache is too much and you're not able to resolve it, that's when you go to a doctor. Just like this, when you have just mild anxiety, when, you're doing something like more than once, when you think that you're not able to sit at one place and you're doing it too much, like one thing, just, having it sometimes is another thing. But when it is hampering your life, like for example, when it is not only hampering your mental health, but your professional health, your social health, things with your family. Like for example, a person who has depression would not have interest in anything that they had interest in before, right? So they know it like that I really like playing football, but now I don't feel like playing football. I just feel like being in my room, not talking to anybody. I cry a lot. So these symptoms, they are understandable if you try to understand them. You can understand that you have a mental health problem when it is actually destroying every other part of your life.
Okay, great. It's a really useful yardstick you told us. And if it is hampering your professional life, family life, social life, that means you have some mental health
issue, and you should really seek help.
Yeah, right. So please tell us about your success stories, or a patient which you treated and really has done good, or about yourself, how you achieved, accolades from various customers, or some, some awards you got it.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to, talk a little about success, right? So success is different for all of us. But I feel that success is only when you see yourself when you're 70, 80, 90 years old, when you see yourself that what all you have done. Life is full of needs, right? And we achieve all those needs. And success is not only, in your work. There's in everything that you do. In your relationships, there's a success in your relationship. If you don't get a divorce, you're successful. If you're happy in your relationship, that you're successful. With your family, you're staying with your family, you're really happy, you love them a lot, they love you a lot, you're successful. In your work, you've achieved everything that you've wanted. And work is something that you never get success in till the time you die. Because every day you want something more, right? Like today, even if I have an Audi, I think I want a Ferrari, right? So that is with everyone. So I think success is something that it can never be defined. But I think if you talk about, if you talk about patience, if you talk about success, of course, getting recognition. Like, for example, for me, coming into the show, talking to you, that is success, right? Or anything else, like for me, I got an award also for working in mental health. I got a few medals as well. I got a few certifications. So all of that, for me, of course, that is recognition, but that is not success. Success will be, I think, when I reach that point when I'm like, oh, I've achieved everything. Now I don't have to look at anything. So I don't think that is ever going to happen. So I don't think I'll ever be at that, success point in my life, or anybody should be. Nobody should be, satisfied. Because once you're satisfied, once you're satisfied with the success, you never grow. So I don't think I'm satisfied right now. I really want a lot of more success, a lot more to come.
True. Yeah, good point. So please tell us a message to our audience.
Okay, so message. One thing that I want to talk to everybody about is loving yourself. So, one thing that I always practice, no matter what, is self-love, self-care, self-love, to be, precise. If you don't love yourself, nobody in the world will love you. You have to provide, a list of how to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, nobody, like, if you, a lot of people, tell me that, my partner doesn't love me, my parents don't love me. But do you love yourself? So this is the one point that I want everybody to know, that you should really respect and love yourself. Do something for yourself today. Make sure that you do a lot of things that are not for others, but for yourself. Also, one thing that I like to, because I'm a psychologist, I like to say that you should really take care of your mental health. Never take your mental health for granted. Never cry for someone a lot. No matter what happens, you should always be your priority. Your mental health should always be your priority. And another thing is that I would, like to conclude by saying that always practice gratitude. Always be thankful for what you have. I read this somewhere that every day must not be good, but there must be good in something every day. Right? Every day there must be something good in, whatever you're doing. Like, for example, so I tell my patients to, write gratitude journals where they thank whatever they have. Like, for example, there's so many people who are not able to walk, who are not able to see, who are not able to hear, but I am able to do that. So I'm thankful for that. So I'm thankful for so many things in my body. I'm thankful for having a roof over my head, for having everything that I wanted in my house, for having the great work that I do, for being able to help people. So always be thankful, always love yourself, and always keep yourself and your mental health as your priority over everyone else in the world, because you all are unique. Never compare yourself to anyone. Just trust that, you're the best.
So love yourself is the mantra you have given today to all our audience. Great. Now, last but not least, you have to tell us your desires, which you want to fulfill in near future. 3 top desires.
Three top desires. Okay, that is a really good question. It is like I'm asking, I'm telling a genie, what all do I like? So, of course, I think desires are endless, right? All of us have crazy desires. I can list like 50 things that I want to, that I want in life. So the first thing is, of course, the first thing that I want is to not think twice. That is my number one desire. Not think twice before helping someone. Not think twice before buying something I like. Not think twice for anything. I think that is my first number one desire. My number two desire would be being able to help others. Sorry. Being able to help others in every way I can. Right. And number 3 would be to see myself as the dream person that I am, be an inspiration for people, be an aspiration for people, and keep telling my success stories as much as I can.
Great. Superb. So it's really good that you came to our talk show, Simran, and it was wonderful talk and various aspects about, mental health you elaborately told us. So thanks a lot. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.